Hello my friends, it's been a while since I made a video about my favorite camera accessories, so in today's video we will take a look at the accessories for content creators that are in my opinion worth getting in late 2019. I personally use all of the products that will be featured in this video, and I currently use these with Sony A7 III and A6400 for both filmmaking and photography. Links to all of these items will be in the description, so let's get right into it. I will start with my most favorite camera accessories for shooting video, which are the gimbals. I currently use 3 gimbals. If you mostly care about the results and you want to get the smoothest possible footage, Moza Air 2 is in my opinion the gimbal that you should get. This is heavy-duty gimbal with payload up to 4.2 kilograms. It has very strong and responsive motors, and it is the most stable gimbal that I have ever tested. A big advantage of the Air 2 in comparison with Ronin S is that with the Air 2 you can change all of the parameters using the screen and controls on the gimbal. The batteries will last up to 16 hours, the build quality on the Air 2 is very good, and it comes in a nice travel case. The second gimbal that I use is Moza AirCross 2. This is basically a smaller, lighter and smarter version of the Air 2. The payload capacity of this one is 3.2 kilograms. It is more than sufficient for Sony A7 III or Panasonic GH5. It weighs 650 grams less than the Air 2, but you will still be able to get very smooth shots with this one. It has the same parameter settings on the device, it has free moving axes and locks on all 3 axes. It also has all of the smart features such as motion time-lapses, mimic mode and even tracking mode. This is in my opinion the gimbal that makes the most sense to buy for most DSLM filmmakers. Air 2 is still a bit smoother, but the AirCross 2 is more than sufficient. The third gimbal that I use is Zhiyun Weebill S. This is the smallest camera gimbal on the market. It fits perfectly in the top compartment of my 20-liter Peak Design backpack. I would say that it is a good gimbal, but realistically I would only recommend it for camera setups up to about 1.2, maybe 1.5 kilograms. It performs pretty well otherwise, it has unique construction and pretty solid handling. The battery life is also solid on Weebill S. Updated version of this gimbal called Weebill S with 3 times stronger motors has been released and I have one incoming, so I'm really looking forward to testing that one. Regarding the tripods, I mostly use Manfrotto 055 X Pro 3. This is a heavy-duty tripod made of aluminum. I chose this one because I wanted something very stable that could support a lot of weight. It has 3-section legs that are secured by latches, and you can also choose the angle of the legs if you want to get very low to the ground. Maybe my most favorite feature of this tripod is that you can pull out the central column and use it as an overhead rig. It is more than stable enough for Sony A7 III with any of the lenses or rigs that I use, so I highly recommend this one. I mostly use this tripod together with fluid head Manfrotto MHV502 AH. This head is suitable for camera rigs up to 7 kilograms, and importantly it allows you to adjust the resistance in both horizontal and vertical axes, so you can use it to do either quick movement or slow and fluid movements. It is very well made and it feels super solid. It uses PL501 plates, which are the most common plates for filmmaking nowadays. You still need a bit of practice, especially if you want to use it for semi-macro shots like I do, but it can definitely do its part, so I highly recommend this ball head in combination with 055 X Pro 3 tripod. If I need more portable tripod, I still use Zomei 699C carbon fiber tripod, which is very light, but it can still support my Sony A7 III rig. It even works pretty well with 502 head, although 055 X Pro 3 is more suitable for that. A very useful piece of gear that I've been testing recently is this UHS-I Pro Smart Charger by Nitecore. It can charge 2 batteries simultaneously and it has a very useful screen that will show you the charge of the battery, health status, charging speed, and how much power already went into the battery. It supports Qualcomm Quick Charge 2, so it can charge the batteries much faster than other chargers. It is also very well made and it has a number of safety measures. This is a version for Sony NP-FZ100 batteries, but there are versions for other batteries as well. To carry my camera gear, I still use 20-liter Peak Design everyday backpack. This is a great example of a product that is very expensive, but the design is just so good that it is worth the money. It looks very good in my opinion, and after about 1.5 years of use, it is as good as new. I really like the access from the sides and the possibility to configure the inside of this backpack as I wish. The shoulder straps could be a bit softer in my opinion, and I would appreciate more small pockets, but other than that I am very happy with this backpack. It is definitely a good investment and I highly recommend it. I've been using camera cages for a long time. My most favorite cage for Sony A7 III is by far SmallRig half cage reference 2238. What I like the most about this cage is that it still allows me to use grip on the camera, which is very useful for handheld shooting. The other thing that I like about this cage is the quick release system. It uses ARCA-compatible plate, which allows me to install the camera in a matter of seconds. This is especially important if you shoot both stills and video. This plate is also compatible with Peak Design capture clip, which is a very nice touch. Like all other SmallRig products, it is very well made. There is a ton of mounting options including NATO rail and RE locating pins. I use this one for mounting handle reference 2165, which I highly recommend for this cage. This is in my opinion a great way to mount a lot of stuff to your camera if you need to do so. Similar cages are available for most commonly used cameras. Regarding the monitors, I still use Feelworld 729S. This is 7-inch 1920 by 1200 monitor with incredible 2200 nit brightness. A7 III and 6400 screen is average at best. It is okay to use, but if you want to be sure that your footage looks good and everything is in focus, you should probably use external monitor. 729S has really good panel and it makes a huge difference in overall shooting experience. Especially if you use it outdoors, the brightness makes a huge difference. It is actually so bright that you don't need to use sunshade. The only disadvantage of this monitor is that the user interface is not very good, but you have 2 custom buttons for most important features. It also drains the battery a lot, so you probably want to get one of the bigger batteries for this one. You can also power it from a wall socket. Regarding the sliders, I've been recently testing Moza Slypod. Moza Slypod is a very interesting product. It is basically a tube with inner sliding part. It has 28 cm of travel, it weighs just 750 grams thanks to carbon fiber construction, and the payload is 9 kg, so even something like Panasonic S1H with 24-70 f2.8 is not a problem. So far I've only used it for product shots and I was very happy with the smoothness. It is also very useful for time lapses and other types of shooting, so I will definitely make a full review of this one. I have also upgraded from Rode VideoMic Pro to Deity D3 Pro. First of all, D3 Pro has a lot of practical upgrades. It has integrated battery that can be charged through USB-C, so no more changing 9V batteries. It also powers on with the camera, so you don't have to turn it on separately. 3.5mm audio cable is also detachable, so if it breaks, you can just get a new one. A very nice upgrade over Rode mics is that it has rotating gain adjustment, so you can set it as you wish instead of just choosing from +10 or +20 dB. Last but not least, I think that it sounds a lot better than VideoMic Pro. I think that it has much better balance between the basses and the mids. This video has also been recorded on D3 Pro, so this is also an audio sample. I highly recommend this mic, and at that price point I think that it is a no-brainer. Rode Wireless Go is extremely well thought out and extremely easy to use wireless system. It is plug and play, so you just need to set the output level and you are good to go. You can either use the mic that is integrated in the transmitter or you can plug in external mic. I mostly use it with Rode SmartLav Plus and the audio quality out of this combination is very good. If you need a good wireless system, I would say look no further. This is great especially for less advanced users. I currently use 4 types of SD cards. If the camera has 2 card slots, I use this ADATA 256GB UHS-II cards. These are much cheaper than other UHS-II cards, they have V90 video certification, but they will not work with 400 Mbps video from GH5 or XT3. In Sony A7 III they work well though, I haven't had any reliability issues with these cards, 100 Mbps video files are not a problem, and the buffer clearing is also very fast with these. I also use SanDisk Extreme Pro UHS-II cards in 64 and 128GB versions. These are very reliable and very fast with 300 megabits per second write speed. These will also work with 400 megabits per second in X-T3 or GH5. Panasonic UHS-II cards are also very reliable and fast. I only have 64GB Panasonic cards, and these work well with 400 megabits per second files as well. For the UHS-I slot, I always use 128GB SanDisk Extreme Pro UHS-I cards, and I have everything set up for backup just in case. By far my most favorite card reader is SanDisk Extreme Pro UHS-II USB-C reader. It is a very simple device, it just plugs into USB-C port, and importantly it works all the time. It is UHS-II compatible, so you can get the 300 megabytes per second speed if you use those fast cards. I store all of my SD cards in this great PolarPro Slate SD card case. This is the best SD card case that I've ever seen. It is completely made of aluminum, it is extremely solid, and it also looks great. It is waterproof as well, so it should protect your SD cards in any case. You can store 8 SD cards and 16 micro SD cards in this case, so I highly recommend this one. Last but not least, I think that very useful accessory for both photography and filmmaking is a B camera or secondary camera. Besides the backup, it also allows you to shoot from a second angle if you set it on a tripod, and you can also have different lenses attached and therefore avoid lens switching. If you use a full-frame camera as your main camera, having a crop sensor camera as your B camera is a good choice. My current B camera is Sony A6400. I can use it with the same lenses that I use on my A7 III and get a different field of view. That means that I am kind of getting 2 lenses for the price of 1. It also has very similar colors as the A7 III, so both are very easy to match. I also like to use other B cameras, for example DJI Osmo Pocket, which is basically a pocket gimbal and one of my most favorite cameras on the market. GoPro Hero 7 is also great for capturing POV shots or just as a portable ultra-wide camera. I also shoot a lot on iPhone 11 Pro these days. It takes very nice stills, triple camera setup is very versatile, and I am especially impressed by incredible video quality that I am able to get with Filmic Pro. So these were my most favorite accessories for hybrid shooting in late 2019. I am personally very happy with these accessories. Of course, not everything has made the cut, but I hope that this video was useful to you in some way. All of the items are linked in the description, so you can find more information there. So that's it for this video, thank you for watching. I hope that you liked this video and that you found it to be useful. Stay tuned for more videos and maybe consider subscribing if you don't want to miss my future content. I appreciate your feedback in form of thumbs up or thumbs down. If you would like to ask anything or share your opinion, please do so in the comment section, and see you next time.